happening, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Ty, behind the camera from Ty Drives, and sitting before us is the updated 2026 Kia Sportage, and this one is in the top tier SX Prestige trim level. And in this video, we're going to check out all of the features this vehicle has to offer. Starting on the exterior, we'll then pop the hood, see what powers this car, check out the cargo space in the rear, we'll also check out the rear seats too, and finally end the video with all the features and technology in the front. Now, in case you're wondering how the Sportage drives, we'll be doing a completely separate POV test drive in this very car, so make sure you stay tuned to the end of the video to click the link for that, or just head on over to my channel Ty Drives for more. But let's start off with the styling out front. And first of all, this color is called Nebular Blue. Very, very cool, kind of almost a baby blue or like a shark skin blue. Very cool color. We have the newer style Kia emblem up top, and right below we have the front camera. There's cameras all the way around this vehicle, 4 to be exact. And nice new grille, kind of squared off, but still has that typical tiger nose grille. We have parking sensors all the way across, even at the very sides. And we also have LED fog lights down below. And let's take a look at our main headlights, which have a new design. These are the SX Prestige headlights, so they're a little bit different than the rest, but they are full LED. So we have the LED kind of arrowhead appearance for your turn signals and your daytime running lights, and you also have the stacked LEDs again for your high and low beams. Looks very good, all illuminated. Good amount of glossy black on this car, and it really kind of makes this car pop, especially with the Nebular Blue color. On the hood, it kind of has some sharp creases towards the edge, and it's smooth in the middle, kind of goes down into the grille. And we have some more glossy black surrounding the wheels, going down the side, and even all around our window trims. And with the roof rails, even the front portion of the roof is all glossy black. So definitely a good looking vehicle. We have all new wheels for the updated 2026 model year. 19-inch wheels on this SX Prestige, looks pretty good. And it's wrapped in 235/50 tires. We have a pretty cool kind of square appearance to the wheels as well. On our mirrors, they are power folding on the SX Prestige, heated. Also, they have the LED turn signal indicators and the cameras for, again, top-down view. Towards the bottom, we have this cool metallic gray strip. Flipping around so you can see the mirrors, actually, you have the blind spot warning. You also have smart key entry on both the front door handles. Just tap the little button to lock. And let's take a quick glance at the window sticker, because I think for a fully loaded, you know, kind of compact SUV, or I should say almost mid-size now, it is actually pretty nicely priced, just under that $40,000 mark at $39,865, including destination. Really, the only additional options on this car are all-weather mats and carpeted mats, so pretty cool. As you can see, the safety ratings are not here yet, since this car has just hit showrooms, and good amount of the parts on this car come from either US or Canada, and a good amount of the rest come from Korea. Long list of standard features too. We have this pretty cool textured trim at the rear, and it kind of blends in with the spoiler extensions. Nice big spoiler. We have the shark fin antenna and the panoramic roof up here, and your fuel door is on the driver's side. We have an updated look for the tail lights, which kind of go into the tailgate a little bit. Very nice looking LED lights for the brake lights, tail lights, and turn signals. So that looks pretty good, illuminated too. As far as badging back here, we have the Sportage badging and the Kia emblem front and center. We also have the 4X, meaning that this particular one is all-wheel drive. Just like in the front, we have parking sensors that go all the way across the rear bumper. A little bit of silver accenting, but most of the accents back here are, again, that glossy black. Right below our Kia emblem, we have the reversing camera and a release for your trunk. And you also have this little center-mounted reverse light. So So, what do we think of the styling on this new Sportage? I mean, it's not a total redesign, but so the basic shape of it is still the same, but we have updated styling, lights, updated interior, new wheels. I personally think this car looks great, especially in this Nebular blue paint. Let me know what you think in the comments. And before we go any further, I'd like to give a huge thanks out to my very good friends at Blasius Kia in Watertown, Connecticut for providing me with one of their first 2026 Sportages. Next, let's take a look under the hood. Now, there is quite a bit to discuss underneath the hood, which is why I have the notes section out on my phone right now so I can remember it all. But basically, under the hood, we're working with 3 different available powertrains. The one we have here is the full gas version, so no hybrid assist, anything like that. We also have a conventional hybrid that's available and a plug-in hybrid as well. So 3 different powertrains available. However, we're just going to focus on this one for the sake of this video. Now what we're looking at here is a 2.5 liter inline 4-cylinder engine, naturally aspirated with no turbochargers or anything. 187 horsepower and 178 pound-feet of torque. So decently healthy figures here. Now, this one has the 8-speed automatic transmission and also all-wheel drive, and the drivetrain is a little bit different in the Sportage. So it goes as follows: front-wheel drive is only available in the SX trim level. Front-wheel drive is standard, but all-wheel drive is available in the LX, EX, SX, Prestige, like this one. And all-wheel drive is only available on the X-Line, X-Pro, or X-Prestige. So pretty cool kind of true choices of drivetrains underneath here. But everything looks pretty tidy under the hood. We have the intake up front, which means the exhaust is out back. We have the oil filler here. We still have a dipstick, and all of our fluids are easy access. And the battery is right underneath the hood. And it looks like we have quite a bit of insulation underneath here too. We'll test out both the acceleration on our test drive and the sound deadening levels. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Let's take a look and let's take a listen to this engine at the tailpipes. Okay, it is cargo area time for the Kia Sportage, and by simply pressing the button on the key fob, the powered liftgate will open right up. And this is really a nice cargo area, and the reason why I say this is because there's really no wasted space. As you can see, everything is kind of pushed off to the sides as far as it goes, and there's nothing kind of protruding into the cargo area except for the wheel wells. Now back here, again, a good amount of space behind the rear seats. Obviously the rear seats will fold flat, either with these handles or there's some handles I'll show you in just a bit attached to the seats. There are cargo anchors in each corner of the trunk. There's also a 12-volt power outlet on the driver's side and lighting on the driver's side as well. And underneath, we have a spare tire, kind of the smaller donut size, but hey, at least they give you one. And you also have a handle to fold down the other side at the 60-40 split. So, again, pretty good looking cargo area and a full power trunk. What do you say we take a look at the rear seats next? So our first glance at the interior on the Sportage is going to be with the rear, and we'll take a look at the door panel first. But we do have some hard touch materials up here, but where your arm rests, so right here and down here, are a nice soft kind of leatherette material with some stitching too. You have some pretty cool looking door handles on this car, a little bit of storage down below, and one of 8 Harman Kardon speakers in this car. Sounds pretty good. I did test that out on my way to the car wash with this car. But the rear is actually very nice and roomy. We have kind of a combination of black leather and a little bit of suede even at the top, with a good amount of stitching and perforations in the seat. You have the child seat anchors down below, and you also have this handle to either recline or fold down your seat. And as you can see, the lip here is very minimal, so I would say these seats do fold down flat. They also recline, like I said before, and that is kind of your upright position. And this is more of a reclined position over here. We can also fold down an armrest with some cup holders. What do you say we hop in and get out of this heat, which is ridiculous, and check out the space back here and enjoy some air conditioning. So back here, I'm about 5'10", and I have the front seat adjusted to a normal driving position for myself. And thanks to the flat seat backs, I have plenty of space. I'd say at least 4 or 5 inches of legroom. You even have some grocery bag hangers back here. And at the side of each seat, you also have USB-C ports, which is pretty cool. 2 air vents and a little bit of storage at the bottom. And the hump in the middle is actually pretty small. You can push this floor mat down and it goes down even further. And both of the seats back here also have pockets for extra storage. You have quarter windows to look out for the lack of, or I should say, for helping out with blind spots. You have LED illumination up here with your handles and coat hooks, and a very nice panoramic roof that continues very nicely back here. Now, one thing I really like about the newer Kia headrests is they actually have this kind of like multi-use headrest where you can either grab onto it to get out of the vehicle to help you get out, or you can actually hang a coat or something back there, which is pretty cool. But that's pretty much it for the rear. What do you say we check out the main event next? All right, here we finally are at the front cabin of the vehicle, where materials do improve. It is now nice, soft to the touch up here, and again the same kind of leatherette material right down there. We get some pretty cool textured trim in the front too, with those same pretty cool door handles. The SX Prestige is treated with 2-person memory, and we also have your power folding mirrors with the rest of your controls, window switches, lock, unlock, and the window lockout too. A bit more storage in the front and another speaker. On the left of the dash, we get some more cool trim and air vent, your rather large parking brake control. You also have a gauge dimmer, opener for the trunk, and to turn off your traction control. On the side of the steering column, we see the release to tilt and telescope it. We have our pedals down here and our hood release. Pretty nice looking driver's seat, if you ask me. We have that same very cool kind of combination of suede at the top and kind of leather or leatherette design with some perforations and stitching, and it's all powered with 2-way lumbar. What do you say we check out the updated interior? All right, now that we're seated inside the Sportage, we can take a look first at the key, where we have the new style Kia emblem at top. We also have the remote start on the side, and the rest of your buttons are also on the side: lock, unlock, trunk release, and the panic alarm. And you also have a physical key inside in case you need that for any reason. But your push to start is right down here next to the shifter. And that will kind of bring everything to life. Now, let's take a look at this all-new steering wheel, which kind of is almost a square. You have a flat top and a flat bottom, which is pretty cool, but feels very, very good to hold in the hand. So definitely a comfy steering wheel, soft leather, and stitching on the inside. You also have a bunch of controls over here, mostly for driver's assist, such as your adaptive cruise control, and also your lane keeping assist. And you also have a page button and some controls for the digital display, which we'll get into in just a minute. Up here is mostly kind of like your audio and media controls. So you have the mode for the audio, voice commands, Bluetooth controls, a programmable button, and the up-down for changing your different radio stations. We also have this slider here for the radio, and a couple of cool buttons down kind of towards the bottom of the steering wheel are both your driving mode and terrain mode. So there's kind of 2 different setups. You have your regular driving mode, which consists of normal, sport, and a customizable mode. You also have terrain, which you'd switch over, and that has snow, mud, and sand. Pretty cool. So if you plan on taking your Sportage to the beach one day and driving around on the beach, sand mode has you covered. Behind the steering wheel, we have a couple of stalks like normal with your lighting controls, fog lights, turn signals, and your automatic high beams. Now, this being the SX Prestige, it's got the camera all the way around. It also has that kind of blind spot view, so when you put your turn signal on, it will show you what's in your blind spot. So pretty cool. and of course it'll do it for both sides. On the other side, we of course have the rear and the front wipers. The upper dash is mostly hard to the touch materials, and we do have a nice display right here that we can go over super quickly. Now it is all kind of digital, but the customization isn't vast like some other manufacturers are. Now, first of all, I do apologize for the glare. It's just that kind of day right at about noontime. The clocks are actually wrong on the car. It is about noontime, where the glare is just kind of unavoidable. But it's good to see that you could still see the screen, still see all the numbers and everything. So that's nice to see. Basically, this is your kind of basic setup here. You have your speedometer, and your kind of, as you go fast, you'll see a yellow line, and you also have your tachometer. Again, same thing, as the engine revs go up, you'll see a bigger yellow line. You have the coolant temperature right here, what gear you're in, your odometer, exterior temperature, auto start stop, status, your fuel gauge, and your distance till empty. Now, the kind of limit to customability comes with the two outer gauges. Really, all you could do is customize the look of them. So if you go into sport, they adjust a little bit. If you go to my drive, they adjust a little bit. And there's a couple other adjustments too that you can do in the screens to slightly customize the look. But that's pretty much all you can do to the sides of the screen. Now, in the middle, you do have more adjustments, so you can kind of scroll down to see your different trip computers, trip A, trip B, sensory fuel, all that good stuff, auto start stop, how much that saved you, tire pressures, all-wheel drive, power distribution, and another digital speedometer. You can also press the kind of upper button right here to get a compass or navigation directions, and you can also change it to like a driver's assist screen too. So that's pretty cool, but again, kind of limited on the customability of this fully digital screen. So a couple other cool things up here is you have the speed limit on the particular road that you're on displayed, and your lane keep assist visual. Now to the other side, we technically have two separate screens, but it kind of looks like they're morphed together. On this side, we have kind of all your media, radio, phone, all that good stuff here. We have some settings to the side. You can set up different profiles. I believe you can also swipe from the top to get other things, or just tap. Maybe I'm just not doing it right. Oh, there we go. So some quick controls. You can turn the display off, turn the split screen on and off, brightness, all that good stuff, which we can brighten it up a little bit. Navigation, stuff like that. Quiet mode, so you can kind of put your, like you put your phone on Do Not Disturb, you could put your car on Do Not Disturb so it doesn't beep and stuff at you. So pretty cool. And you obviously have your date and time up at the top too. We have built-in navigation for the SX Prestige, which is pretty cool. And then we can also show a split screen display, which is pretty awesome. And this is where you input your navigation. So you just type it in or use the voice commands. We also have our radio screen here, which kind of shows you your source, your channels, and you can also have a split display of your navigation in case you are navigating your way to somewhere. We have our phone screen over here, which, by the way, it does have wireless CarPlay and Android Auto, which is what the phone projection is. You have YouTube, entertainment, voice memos, weather, all built into the vehicle, which is cool. You have the setup, which is pretty awesome, which you can go into the cluster and go into the cluster themes, which was what I was talking about a little bit earlier, where you can slightly customize the screen a little bit more. And then you also have different styles of the gauges, which is pretty cool. So that's pretty neat. Kind of like that one, so we'll leave that up for now. If we go back, there is a bunch more settings that you can go through, you know, once you take the car home and kind of get used to it. Swiping over again, we have a couple other things like sports, valet mode, your garage door openers, vehicle diagnostics, so kind of like your tire pressures, maintenances, all that good stuff, and kind of notification settings, and the online owner's manual. So pretty nice screen, and actually very simple, easy to get used to. Everything's right kind of on these pages here, and it's a very responsive screen. Right below, we have a couple of air vents and your hazards button. We also have this kind of multi-function display down here, and I say multi-function because right now it's displaying all climate controls, but if you press this button here, it'll actually switch to like your volume knob, tune knob, and quick presets or quick go-tos for the screen up there. So basically volume knob is over here, where if you're on the climate control, that changes your temperature. If you're on the media setup, this is your tune knob. If you go to the climate control, this adjusts your passenger climate control, so we have dual zone automatic climate control. Going back to your media, these 4 buttons always stay, so you have the defrosters, automatic and recirculating. That always stays no matter what you do. But again, here you have all the shortcuts for the screen, and then if you switch it over to climate, you have like your temperature displays, AC, fan speed, where you want the air to blow, and your sync button. So pretty cool kind of double screen setup. And usually I knock vehicles that have climate controls within the screen, but this one's a little bit different. It's kind of just a quick tap and you get to do what you have to do. So that's a little bit easier. And it's not actually a touch screen, it's kind of more of a haptic feedback screen there. So pretty cool. Down here is kind of your phone charging area. You have 2 USB-Cs and a wireless charger. We also have our start button right there, like I showed you earlier, and a nice old school shifter, whereas all vehicles seem to be going towards electronic style. It's nice to see a regular old shifter. So if you pop it into reverse, you can see a nice 360 camera setup, top down here, reverse camera there, and you can also set to like a kind of top down for the reverse, the rear wheels, and kind of a wide angle rear view, so that's pretty cool. And then you can also go onto a kind of 360 view, which is a very, very cool. Kind of looks like a drone's flying around the vehicle, and that kind of stitches together all 4 of the camera images, similar to the top down, but kind of brings it down into a 3D. So definitely very cool, intuitive camera system in this car. You of course have your neutral and then drive, and then you can also bump it over into a manual shifting mode. Pretty cool. Other buttons down here are kind of mainly for your seats. So you have the heated seat, cooled seat, the heated steering wheel. It actually has 2 stages. We also have your heated seat and cooled seat for the other side. So pretty cool. Looks like we have a little ant friend here. You are not joining us on our test drive, my friend. Down here we have some more quick controls for like a hill descent mode. So you're coming down a hill, you want some more engine braking, there you go. We have the off for the auto start stop, on and off for the parking sensors, auto hold, and you can pull up your cameras at any time as well, so that's pretty cool. Down here we have a nice big storage area, and it's nice and open, and you're saying at this point, where are the cup holders? Aha, they're actually hidden. You have 2 separate buttons here, and boom, 2 cup holders appear. If you want a bigger storage area, you can close them right up like they were never even there. We have a nice center console with a soft lid. Once we open that up, there's a decent amount of storage and a 12-volt power outlet. On the passenger side, you have a nice looking area with some trim, kind of some matte aluminum and some glossy black. And you also have a pretty good sized glove box. And one thing I have to say, I have to give Kia credit on this car, because there's not an overwhelming amount of glossy black. I have a pet peeve with glossy black, and my personal car has a ton of it, so I would know anything you touch this glossy black gets fingerprints, gets dust. It just looks gross after a couple weeks, really. So I'm very glad that they used alternative trim in this car instead of glossy black. The passenger seat, let's feel over here, is actually powered, which is nice. We have a lighter headliner, which kind of lightens up the interior. We have LED lights on the inside. We have some emergency and Kia Connect controls. We also have a manual day and night mode mirror, which would have been nice at this price point to see an actual auto dimming mirror, but this is what they give you. I believe there's a standalone option for that auto dimming mirror. But up here, let's take a look at our sunroof, since it's very nice. That is a fast sunroof shade, holy cow. And I don't want to open the sunroof today, but we do want to open the sunroof shade all the way so we can see how much light gets let in. That is a huge panoramic roof, and definitely wins the race for the fastest panoramic roof shade that I've ever seen. If that's even a thing. Last but not least, our visors have these massive mirrors, which my girlfriend would love for putting on her makeup. We also have card clips and illumination in there too. But that pretty much does it for all the features on the exterior, under the hood, in the trunk, in the rear seats, and finally up front here. Make sure you stick with us here on Tide Drives to check out the full test drive review, which actually a link should be popping up right about now for you to click on that and watch it. So definitely make sure you do that, and thank you very much for tuning in to our channel. We'll catch you next time.